But finally,
Like a
there is also
superhero.
one more enemy that we could face. The furries.
What?
That's right. This race is known as the Vastaya. They are half
Wait, isn't she in
humans
League
and
of
half
Legends?
magical animals. And yes, canonically, the species was born in exactly the way you are thinking.
You seen the new MMO? Wait, what MMO? Wait, there's a Riot MMO? Hold on. I don't know about that. Oh, that would be dope. Because League of Legends is based off lure, right? There's a story behind each champion. That's gonna be dope. I'm going to main Zed. I'll be maining Zed. Is it going to be like a World of Warcraft or something?
Alright, here we go. Let's watch it. The world of Riot's MMO's already done. This has been like the most requested video fucking reaction I've probably ever had.
In the past, everyone knew MMOs had the power to create cult following. But also, everyone knew making MMOs was hard. On average, an MMO has to spend at least 6 years in the making before it can get anywhere near being good.
Isn't that sad? Like, you spend 6 years on a game and then it just like dies in 2 weeks. Like, I mean, whenever you really think about that, that's pretty fucking depressing, man.
But that didn't stop companies from jumping onto the bandwagon anyway. And soon we could see dozens of new MMOs, all releasing in 2008.
Yep.
All being called the WoW killers.
Did not
Spoiler
happen.
alert, none of them did that. And unfortunately,
well, actually, there was a game that that came out in 2008 that didn't.
When you're working on an MMO, you have to respect 3 pillars. Gameplay is king, social interactions matter, and the world setting is important.
Oh yeah.
This is like a very forehead way of explaining it, but I think this is actually perfect. This is a great list. I probably could not come up with a better top 3. This is a very, very good way of saying it.
Yeah.
When Riot announced their MMO, it became clear that 2 of the pillars are being respected, and the third one is already done. When it comes to the gameplay, it is currently in the hands of Ghostcrawler, someone who's been working on WoW during its best times, and someone who got a reputation for...
To be fair, everybody hated Ghostcrawler whenever... in like Mists of Pandaria, everybody hated him until he was gone, and then they're like, wait a minute, come back. That's the same with every single fucking person.
When they create this, they better be good
the devs
graphics.
should do everything in their
And they
power
also have to
support
make
the
VR.
players having fun in their own way.
Just
And
for some people
finally,
who
when
use
it comes
VR,
to the
right?
Yeah, that's why they added more.
And also, they can play on
models for the
PS4,
Morgan,
Nintendo.
So all the furries in the game
So it's just
can have
like
their own kind of
everybody
fun.
can play it.
More avenues to have
Bro,
ones, like
on VR you have like 2 sticks, right?
Like,
You're just gonna be like,
you'll
vomit.
I don't know any of the lore of League at all. I have literally no idea.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I know about League's lore is that there's like hot girls in the game. That's it.
That's why I decided to make this video. I want to show you all the zones we are going to see in the MMO.
Oh, and also Shurima.
Quests we are going to do
Noxus,
there.
Demacia,
for the purpose
Shurima.
of this video, I
So
will
that's 3
assume you
that I
have
know
no
so far.
idea what
There's
League of
more.
Legends is about. You have no
All right,
idea what the
good
universe is
start.
about, but you like MMOs, your hairline is receding, and you have a crippling fear of Nintendo 64 controllers.
Shadow Realms with trash. Oh, Shadow Realms.
I don't know how I could be afraid of them. I've got one on my head. Yep.
This is Runeterra,
Seems like Zillion's
the
also
world
next.
of
No,
League of Legends.
That's what makes me
Right
mad about
now,
Summit.
the world is separated into 10 main regions.
Yeah.
But these 10 regions don't cover
Io-
all the land on the
Ionia,
map, so there are
Ionia.
some mini-zones in
Freljord, Noxus,
And the lore already revealed
Demacia,
that there is gonna be
Piltover,
another
Amazon,
continent further to the
Bilgewater,
east. That
Extal,
definitely sounds like a future
Shuriba,
expansion to
Targon.
me. In fact,
I don't know
it
all
would
of
be
this
foolish to
region.
release
I
all
only,
of these regions
I only
at
know
launch.
Shurima.
A lot of you would like
Dragon
to play
Out, yeah.
as Shurimans or
I expect
Ionians.
people like Heimer.
And now you may
What's
be
Ani?
cursing me for
Ani?
suggesting that these would be expansions.
I think Anix
But
Noxus.
the lore can justify giving you these nations as
I
playable
think.
races without having their regions. I'll show you how Riot can pull this off in a bit.
Because
First,
Ani is
let's
supposed
talk
to
about
be
the
evil,
regions
right?
Riot's
Evil
MMO
child.
has to start with. This entire continent is called Valorant.
Okay.
Not Valorant, Valorant. And this
Valorant.
is
It's not the same thing, but let's be honest, I think we know where they got the name from.
Yeah.
where the
I was thinking
absolute
the same
core
thing.
of this Runeterra doesn't really have a normal place. There is something cool happening in every region.
Okay,
and
what does that mean?
Demacia has racism. Okay, maybe not racism,
That
because
sounds
Demacia
cool.
doesn't mind yordles or minotaurs, but they really hate mages. That's because in the...
Oh, so it's like America and science. Or the church back in the day in Europe. Or actually...
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Well, a lot of people hate science.
He's-
Yeah, I mean, actually, I mean,
he's
to be
pretty
fair,
funny.
like, people fuck it everywhere. Like, that shit happens in the Middle East, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We don't have a
It doesn't go
monopoly
away. It
on
happens
that
everywhere.
dumbass shit here in America.
It happens
a
all
lot
over
of
the
it
world.
happens
It's not just
everywhere
America.
else, but still.
It happens somewhere as well.
That's
the
where we're
rivals
at.
almost annihilated half of the world using magic.
Yeah, so of course they don't like mages. Fucking duh.
And so,
Who doesn't?
Demacia was the iconic part of Demacia are the buildings. They are made of petricite, which is a combination of stone and the magic-absorbing wood. Because these ancient
Magic-absorbing
magic-absorbing
wood?
trees were grey, all the buildings have a marble-like appearance. And yes, given what material they are using, all the buildings in Demacia also absorb magic. So should a mage visit this region, let's just say it's gonna be
How
a
can
painful
Lux
experience.
and the
On
others
top of
use
this,
magic?
let's not forget that Demacians can weaponize petricite.
So that's
They can
why
turn
most
it
of
into
Demacian
petricite
are
steel, which gives you
are
your
melee.
classic anti-magic weapons.
That's
and attack
badass.
damage.
Sculpt petricite constructs which wake up
But-
after absorbing magic.
This is Galio.
Simply
That's
said,
Galio.
What the fuck? This is actually really cool.
That's Galio. Wait, let's go back.
Wake
This is
up
Galio.
after-
This is Galio. That's his wings right there. That's Galio.
After absorbing magic. Simply said,
That's
I think-
what the fuck? This is actually really cool. I didn't know any
That's
of this.
Galio.
Wow.
I think that's
magic.
another skin for
the
Galio.
irony is, they've been absorbing it for years
He's
now.
so big, right?
And this is where the story
Galio
would
is like
kick
the
in.
Demacian
you see,
monster.
Demacians are so afraid
Like
of
a guardian
magic,
monster.
they founded the Mage Seeker Order. This is an order of
think this
people
is
who
Fiora,
hunt
this is
mages,
Lux.
They throw them into prison and they torture them until their body gives up on magic. So yes,
Okay.
being a mage
Yep.
is a crime in Demacia. The thing
Oh,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
get
fucking
it. That's
badass.
interesting.
Like I love it whenever
That's
they
a cool
have,
story. That's like
a
Shield Hero
level
anime.
Of,
is, people still get naturally born with magical abilities. You can't stop it from happening. So not
I wonder
only
where
are
Timo
there
comes from.
mages hiding in the royal
Was it
court,
Noxus?
right now there is a
Reason
mage
more like
civil
Anger's
war
back. Yeah,
happening in Demacia, where mages and
He's
people
the
who
devil.
don't hate mages rise up to fight for moral rights. So should we do some quests in this zone? This is gonna be the core story.
Yeah, this is
Mages
great.
trying to overthrow racist leadership following old laws.
Yeah.
So the main enemy NPCs might be mages and witches. But I know
So
what you're
they-
thinking now.
In their prison,
Don't
there might
worry.
be a lot of
There will
mages.
be
Maybe they
12
fear
stands.
mages because
And we
they're a
can't
threat.
forget
I think that it's okay to have some areas and some races that are just morally wrong. Like I don't think that like every end of every story should be that the good guys always win, because I think that it becomes predictable and boring.
But
we
further
play
to
a
the
villain.
south,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
might find some crag beasts, tiny woolly elephants,
Ooh.
and yes, of course in the Argent Mountains there are also dragons.
I love the art here. I think
That looks like the
art's
Drake.
very
That's the Drake.
it's very like quintessential fantasy.
Noxus.
Noxus. If you're
Noxium.
planning on playing a
This is where
warrior with
Darius is.
oversized weapons and overcompensating lush hair,
This is
this
the
actually has
Chad,
a long
the
and
Chad
badass
region.
history.
The
Okay.
big boy
Really
region.
don't have the, originally, it was built by the most badass warrior in the history of Runeterra.
All right,
this
awesome.
motherfucker literally died on a mountain of
Holy
corpses.
fuck.
And
The big
after
boys,
he died,
dude.
when this guy
Oh.
lived, he built the Immortal Bastion, which is to
Holy
this day
shit.
the largest structure on the entirety of Runeterra. And
Holy.
currently, he is banished underneath the Immortal Bastion, but only a few people know about it. So, you know, that's
Holy
a future raid boss.
That's why he's OP.
Anyway,
That's
the
badass.
Immortal Bastion
That's
is the
why he's
capital
OP in
city
the
of
game.
Nox.
Zed
They
is
like to
Noxus,
absorb the
Noxian.
surrounding nations into their
That's
empire.
LeBlanc.
After all, it's just more human resources.
LeBlanc and Vayne,
Most
I
of
think.
the time, they
Okay.
only remove the royalty and they let
Who's
the
this guy?
leaderless people join their empire. And that's because
Maybe that's
Noxus
Kisante.
values strength above all.
But
And
he only
I
has
like
one
this.
sword.
This is cool.
the rulers tend to not be good fighters. This is what you can see in the After Victory cinematic. They kill the king because he was weak and let everyone else join them. Fun fact, conquering nations is so iconic for Noxus, they have their own saying.
I see.
Kill them until they are family. To
So
the
basically,
Noxus,
kill their-
it is most likely going to be
their
helping
personality
the
or
empire
something.
expand its territory. Draghounds and Basilisks. While Noxus
That's really
and Demacia
cool.
are the main rivals here, both of them are also constantly repelling raids from the north.
Yeah,
So
that's the
now,
Aram.
Let's have a look at the Freljord.
That's
Just like
Aram.
pretty much any region on Runeterra, Freljord
5
has
versus
a
5.
long history.
Okay.
But for the purpose of this video, just know that the maddening old gods known as the Watchers of the Void, who want to devour the entire reality only because it keeps waking them up, once tried to breach into reality here.
They should make this a
almost
champion.
succeeded because they tricked the Ice Witch Lysandra into helping
Ice
them.
Witch, okay.
Fortunately, she realized how wrong she was, and she managed to freeze half of the kingdom with the Watchers still beneath them.
Holy
So these
shit.
days, the Ice Witch is the only person holding back the end of reality by keeping the Watchers frozen.
Holy.
That's fucking cool. God damn.
Holy.
Yeah. Sounds familiar? Yeah, yeah. This
Lysandra.
is
I didn't know
fucking
you were Chad. Sounds sexy.
A Sorra in WoW, kind of.
So at some point in the future, you bet one of these woken up frozen Watchers is gonna be a raid boss. Now, when it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
to the
They're probably like a
first of
Baron
all,
type.
remember that the
Baron type
Freljord
strength.
is everything
Or maybe
is
more
frozen and
stronger than
survival
Baron.
is so
I
the
wish they'd
first
make a
enemy
champion out of
here
a
would be
Watcher.
the wildlife. From
Just to see
Rhinefangs
what they
to
look-
the
how they-
Elnex to
how they
Mammoths
fight
to
or
the
something.
worst of them all, three main tribes here. The Avarosans, who are quite peaceful, the Wintersclaw, who are quite
Yeah.
brutal,
Sejuani.
and the Frostguard, Lysandra's followers who hold back the Watchers. And let me
Nice.
tell you, these guys have some badass armor.
Who is this? They should
Among the
release
the
noble
champion.
tribes, there are also the Ursine, which are
Oh,
shamans who worship
Volibear.
the Volibear. But people were not the only things that were tainted. There are also ice trolls, some of whom are also iceborn. To be honest, these guys were made to have their own dungeon.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously,
I don't
that's
think
what they were
Asmongold
for. I mean,
plays
shit.
League. Uh-huh.
Like, I
From
mean, I
watching
think
his
all
reactions.
this stuff looks really, really cool, man.
He's just
Like,
into
this
the
looks
story.
Really, really fucking cool. I like it
I'm
a
pretty
lot.
sure Asmongold plays
But
World
there
of
are
Warcraft.
also some animals that were
The art's
twisted by
great.
the Watchers.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
Lysandra is even twisting some beings herself to make them serve her. So
Oh,
overall,
okay.
Freljord is gonna have a lot of cool warriors,
Holy.
shamans, and
Yep.
Holy
horrors.
Olaf.
So these would be the
You're a
three
Chad.
regions on the main continent. There are a
Jesus.
bunch of smaller regions in between
Okay,
them.
so this would be like
There
the
is
main-
Nokberg,
yeah, I see
full
it.
of witches, Argent Mountains with their dragons,
Yeah,
Toggo
Shyvana.
with void monsters, Dalamor
Vel'Koz.
Plains with him, and
Glad.
so much more.
And who's this?
But from here, you can cleverly set
forgot.
up the expansions because of how well everything is interconnected.
Okay.
So now,
is that?
let's have a look at the continent to the
I'm pretty
east
sure
called
she's the support.
Ionia. Then
The
to
support with the
Noxus.
horse.
You-
No, it's the... Wait, hold on. Yes, real. This one. I'm pretty sure that's her. Wait, never mind.
Dalamor
Different.
Plains with so much
Different, my
more.
bad.
Okay.
So now, let's have a look
Different
at the continent
skin
to the
color.
east called Ionia. Ionia has a very
Not
close
to be
connection to
racist or anything.
Noxus. You can only guess
Makes
why.
sense next to it.
It's because Noxians once tried to conquer it all during an event simply
Surely
called
Queen,
the
she
Invasion
flies,
of
huh?
Ionia.
Because the...
And chemical
The
The
weapons.
bird is attached to her
Lots
back.
and
That's a
lots of
concept
chemical weapons. Speaking of which, remember Singed from Arcane? He's the guy who chemically devastated Ionia. Eventually, Noxus
Wow.
failed.
Ionia,
but
that's where
Noxus
he
controls
is. A lot.
territory. Now, when it comes to Ionia itself, the place gets mystical. Everything here is alive and connected to the spirit of nature. And
Okay.
I mean everything, from the animals to the people. If you
Maokai.
anger Mother Nature, your house can twist and
what's the
strangle
other
you
name?
in your sleep.
I like
so you
that.
can only
That's cool.
imagine how Mother Nature fought against Noxians. Usually a river came alive to drown them. And a lot more of simply mystical animals. From giant flying tigers to
Also a Kali.
the never-ending story.
Ooh,
But
the
be
dragon.
ready to also face flying tigers to the never-ending
I love shit like this, dude.
story.
Lorely dog.
But be
Thank you
ready
for
to
the
also
follow.
face local Ionians,
Thank you.
Blade Masters, Shadow Cultists,
Okay.
Murderers, and
Gee,
Ninjas.
I knew it.
Good,
I knew it.
Bad, and
Zed.
in between. But finally,
Like a
there is also
superhero.
one more enemy that we could face. The Furries.
What?
That's right. This race is known as the Vastaya. They are half
Wait, isn't
humans
she in League of
and half
Legends?
magical animals. And yes, canonically, the species was born in exactly the way you are thinking.
Okay.
But to be fair, the Vastaya are quite cool and they are definitely gonna be out. So that's gonna be a
that's
nice
the demon that
bonus
you only
enemy.
killed. I'm fused
Yes,
with him.
the exploration of Ionia and the raid on the Shadow Order could be a really cool first expansion. But it's definitely not Riot's only option, because we can also go south to Piltover and Zone. These are the ones people will know about, simply because this is where Arcane took place. Piltover and Zone are two massive cities located one above the other. And they are so massive they could easily be turned into their own playable zones.
That's the Hextech. That's the Hextech, guys.
Technology powered up by magic of the Hextech gemstones.
Yes.
Using
Jace,
this magic, they can power up anything from guns,
Heimer,
augmented
Zillion.
limbs,
That's cool.
Oh, even Oriana.
Visually,
Because Oriana is made out of toy.
futuristic Victorian era.
So it's steampunk. Okay, great. Yeah, people love that shit.
And unfortunately, there wouldn't be much of enemy variety. We would likely fight the rich houses of Piltover and their deadly
Victor as well,
assassins,
Victor.
with the occasional thief on the streets, corrupt wardens,
Okay.
and the occasional rogue steam golem.
And also
But things get a bit undercity known as
Blitzcrank.
Zone. Zone is the dirty underbelly covered in thick toxic smoke. Because the majority of people are poor here, they developed a cheaper alternative to Hextech called Chemtech. This artificial green stuff can power up cheaper limb replacements, as well as highly unstable
Singe. Even
weapons.
Singe is from here.
Zone, as well as
Singe,
some
I knew it.
murderers
I
and
knew it.
people.
Orgod.
And funnily enough, at the very bottom of Zone
cool.
itself, there are the hidden ruins
Renata,
of an
yes,
ancient
that's
city
right.
full of
That's Renata.
traps.
Yeah,
So-
I
Wait, I
honestly
thought
think
Azrael
this,
was
this is
Demacian.
very, very promising. I thought there were just like a few different zones. I didn't realize that it was
Wasn't he?
so
And then he
in-depth.
fell in love to Lux.
Like, I thought there was like some lore to it, but it was like, yeah, like these are like the guys over here and the guys over there. Like, I didn't know it was this complex. This is crazy.
That's Vi.
Oh yes, there is not much more that I can add here. Piltover and Zone were simply explored in Arcane. So if you like the series, you are gonna like this
Holy
place.
crap.
It's 13
From
years
here,
of
we
league.
can
Yeah, I guess
travel
so.
further south to Shurima. Shurima used to be a massive empire that
This is
ruled
where
the
Severe
world. But after
and
the
Azir
emperor got
lives.
betrayed, in the center of the region there is the Sun Disk, a colossal piece of
Nasus,
star metal that has the power to reflect celestial
Renekton.
magic. The Shurimans
else
use
is
this
it?
celestial magic to turn their best soldiers into the Ascended, also
Two
known as
Nasus.
the Golden God Warriors.
Oh no, that's
However,
Nasus and
these
Renekton.
God
My bad.
warriors
My
wouldn't
bad.
make a great enemy here. That's because
They're
after
brothers.
the Emperor had died, the Ascended started
Azir.
fighting for leadership. And slowly, after learning how to use blood magic to gain the edge, they morphed their own bodies and became the Darkin. Twisted, blood-frenzied monsters that would certainly make really cool raid bosses.
That's cool.
Besides
Holy.
this, and on top of all of that, void creatures. That's because to
Oh,
the
okay,
south,
so she's
there
from
used to
there
be
as
a
well.
kingdom known as
Beth.
Icathia that wanted to
Aatrox?
destroy
Really?
the Shuriman.
Oh,
to
fuck.
fight back the
Rek'Sai, I
void,
knew it.
Shurima does have a lot of hidden tombs around with hidden god warrior weapons. Not to mention that Shurima also has a circle of time mages who are
That's like
trying
a
to
it's like bio something
now, as I
from
mentioned near the
Spider-Man.
beginning of the game,
Symbiote,
becomes an
symbiote.
expansion. They can still easily make Shurimans a playable race because they are already connected to Noxus. As you can see,
Noxus,
of course,
oh,
Noxians already
right.
conquered part of Shurima.
Yeah.
So some Shurimans are fighting for Noxus.
That makes sense.
Also, as a cool fact, for those of you who liked Arcane, Hex Crystals are harvested in Shurima. That's why a Shuriman expansion would be a great follow-up to Piltover and Zone.
I
And
see.
again, that's why Riot can easily turn only the northern continent into the base world. Anyway, going
see.
west from Shurima, we arrive at Mount Dargon. This
That's crazy.
This is where
like,
Malphite
holy
is.
fucking shit.
This
That's
is
like-
where Malphite
Oh my
lives.
god.
He is a WoW
place
player,
is
guys.
incredibly unique.
He's not a League.
First of all,
League of
this
Legends
mountain
player.
is
He knows
it
more
was
about
literally pulled
WoW
up from the
than
ground
League of
by
Legends.
celestial gods. And that's because this place serves as a portal to the celestial realm, also known as Targon Prime. Now, because
Hmm.
this mountain was pulled up, it also has some unique features.
Okay.
For example, you may find frozen lakes frozen horizontally
That's
on
cool.
the mountain. And the very peak
Makes
of the
sense,
mountain is special too. Should a mortal reach the peak despite the brutal climate and the deadly wildlife, Either they die from exhaustion,
Oh, Pantheon.
or the celestial gods deem
That's
them
Pantheon.
worthy and they become an ascended. Targon also has all sorts of furry vastaya. Near the bottom of the mountain you may notice that the mountain is alive, but also there are stellarcorns, a variety of mind-bending creatures, and loads of dragons. Speaking of which, remember that this place is linked to the celestial realm. So this is where we may also meet the star-forging celestial dragon Aurelian Soul.
Oh my god! So this is
bigger than
fucking
planet.
straight up
Aurelian
like
Soul is bigger than a
Bloodborne,
planet.
cosmic horror, Lovecraft level gods.
More than a level god,
It's
dude.
not like in WoW where there's like
This is
a god,
stronger
but
than
it
a
turns out
celestial.
that it's a robot.
As well as all sorts of other celestial
Baron,
beings.
holy shit.
A
Okay.
lot of these. Next, on the other side of Shurima, there is Ishtal.
What is
This
Ishtal?
is a special place where people are mastering the elemental magic. They are using it for everything.
So this is where
Fishing,
Malphite is from.
smithing, walking, and this place is definitely gonna be saved for an expansion.
Okay.
Basically,
Malphite,
remember when
Rengar.
Icathian asked the Watchers for help? And
So this is
then
where they
that
summon him.
happened?
They summon the
Ishtal
Seems like
was
a
their
bad
neighbor,
time.
and after they
Wait,
saw
that's,
the void
Kiana,
devour
I
an
think.
entire kingdom, they believed the void would soon devour the entire world.
Makes
So,
sense.
using their elemental magic, Ishtal built massive walls of plants around their entire region, isolating themselves from the rest of the world. For
Oh, okay.
3,500 years,
Holy
Ishtal
shit.
stayed isolated, believing that the world outside of their walls was devoured by the void. But now, very recently, some mages found out that the world outside is completely fine. So now, the Ishtali mages are slowly revealing themselves.
Nice.
Okay.
To be
that's
honest, but most of the region is still a mystery
Is
to
this
us.
Lee Sin?
So at least here, Riot will have
No,
the
that's
freedom
not
to
Lee Sin.
try
Is-
something. But now, we leave the main continent to visit the last two
Bilgewater.
regions.
Yeah.
First of all,
Gunplank.
if you like
Wait.
pirate adventures, this is gonna be your... Here we are going to fight pirates and sea monsters, sea
You
witches,
imagine it's gonna
sea
be Sea of
Messiah,
Thieves in the
maybe
Bilgewater.
some demons. And possibly we'll
Everyone's shooting
fight
at each
with
other's
Sarah
boats.
Fortune to fight the king of the pirates, Gangplank.
Gangplank.
But there's
Okay.
a lot more here. Last year, Riot released their
Illaoi.
RPG, which
Gunplank,
was set in
Illaoi.
Bilgewater.
Who
So
else?
not only can we
Oh,
already
yeah.
explore
Tamkench.
this place in detail,
Oh, Pike
but
as
it
well?
even has a monster journal.
Wait, wait.
Wow.
And at a quick glance, you can
Okay, I
already
don't know any
see
one of
some
these.
really cool bosses too. Long
from
story short,
Bridgewater,
there was
I
a young
believe.
asshole king who wanted to revive his dead queen. And in the process, he accidentally released dark necromantic magic. This magic destroyed the island and made it home for undeath. In the lore, this event is called
Wow.
the Ruination.
He loves her
and
too
because
much.
the
Yep.
RPG is
That
called
Classic.
he would
Ruined
even allow
King,
her to kill
it may
him.
not be a surprise to you that you also
That's
get to
sad.
explore the
That
Shadow
is sad
Isles there.
story.
And
That's
should
cool.
we ever venture into these islands,
That's the...
because the
Yeah.
This is
RPG
the jungler. What's his name? Viego, yes. That's
called
Classic.
Viego.
Ruined King, it may not be a surprise to you that
This
you
is
also get
Viego.
to explore the Shadow
Bro,
Isles
that is
there.
sad.
And
I
there
think
they
her
have
wife,
anything you can imagine.
his loved one,
Undead
just
horrors
transferred some
creeping
power to him.
everywhere.
Him,
The Ruined
but
King
not
who
really.
caused all of this
There we
is
go.
banished
Holy
elsewhere.
shit.
Thresh, who siphoned
Thresh.
his magic after he
So
was
Viego's
banished,
basically the
also
king.
left the Isles. And even Hecarim, the
Hecarim.
most brutal soldier of them all, is currently around Demacia.
Almost all of the main characters in WoW were from Warcraft 3. And like the actual game, World of Warcraft did a generally bad job at developing new characters to like go along with them. So like yeah, you like recently, yeah, you've had things like Denathrius. Like Denathrius and Lee Shin are two examples. Like Lee Shin was in one patch, fucking resurrected, and he is a fucking badass. Everybody loved him. Like he came out of
Lee
nowhere
Shin.
in the lore. They're like, yeah, by the way, there's the
Lee
Thunder
Shin.
King. Denathrius, the same thing.
It's
It was, I don't think
Everyone-
you need to
everyone's
have
laughing in the
every
chat.
character be a
Lee
you
Shin.
know, a pretty established thing.
It's
As
Lee Sin,
already
bro.
confirmed, is-
Lee Shin.
Currently, it is planned to be revealed
Oh
in
my
the upcoming Ruination, and this is also where he was banished at the end of his story.
Oh, he
All we
becomes
know
like
about the
Silas.
place is that it is
He got
quite
sealed away.
mystical.
I think
And in
Viego's
fact,
too powerful.
Gamavor, which is
'Cause his
core,
ult
don't
is
worry,
basically
they can
like
always
Silas.
make up more.
So Silas is
But
still
Yeah,
ults,
that's
yeah,
right?
all I
seems
Their incredible
I can
riders
see
have
why.
been preparing the world for years now.
Oh, Sejuani.
And now,
Olaf.
in face,
Lee
Yeah.
Shin is an
and
actual
potential
character.
classes we could play.
Wait.
And as someone who has collected an unholy
Lee
amount of
Shin.
transmog,
Oh,
I
it's
would
Lee
love to show
Shin.
you all the cool
Lee Shin. Hold on. So this guy is Lee Shin. Ah, okay. I thought he was talking about Lee Sin. Well, like,
See you in 6 to 8 years when the MMO gets released.
Okay.
wait, what?
Yeah, look.
See you in 6 to 8 years when the MMO gets released.
Okay.
6 to 8 years? 3 months ago. When is that gonna be released? Like when One Piece is finished? What?
See you in 6 to 8 years when the MMO gets released.
Okay. Yeah, it'll come out after Ashes of Creation. I actually don't think it's as far away as people might believe. I don't think so. I mean,
But I'm still sticking to that. 8 to 8 years. I don't care. I'm still gonna stream the World of Riots. Oh, it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. It says it's already done. Oh, the world has been finished for years. Of course, it's been 11 years. It's kind of like it's finished, but they're looking for some bugs to fix it. So they're basically going into details on each area to see if there's bugs, to see if there's any errors on how they created the game. Esports and MMOs don't mix too well. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. I'm not sure if the gameplay is going to be like this, if it's like a first person or third person. It better be the same as Genshin Impact, where it's an open world. Surely it will be UWER, the mouse in third person. Yeah, that's right. It will be the same. Imagine leveling up, bro. Level 18 in the game, right? You have the max level would be 100. Level 1 million Timo is running wild, bro. Bro, shrooms everywhere. Everyone's gonna be annoyed. Everyone's gonna be annoyed. I don't... There's not going to be a recall in this game, dude. Toxic chat will like 200 people speaking. Everyone's like, what's up, bitches? In the chat, in world chat, guys, world chat. Everyone's like, your mom. Hey, what's up? Shut up. Everyone's going to be like that.